imagine his kingdom that he's going to build. I imagine it as make the Twin Towers and the buildings of Dubai and the tallest buildings in the world look like trees, or very tall buildings. But it just sits somewhere on our planet. And Hagee said, there's a pastor, his name is John Hagee, he said he uses gold as asphalt. Gold for asphalt. Just imagine. And the shining light and the sun shining upon it, and the gold, or whatever it's going to be built of. And he sits and reigns, and we give him thanks and praise every day for every breath, for our families, for each other, the water we drink, the food we eat, the places we go, the experiences we have. That's bliss. That's, what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? So to get to know him, how I got to know him was a situation came in my life, and I learned that he hates sin. He hates sin. And the basic of life, the basic rules of life are the 10 Commandments. And if you look at the 10 Commandments, there's not much more. If you can find something else to fit in there, I would like to hear it. But these are the basics. These are the basics. He loves us, man. He loves us. And he wants to shine his glory. He wants to bless us with all that you want. All that you want. The cars, the house, the money, the whatever it is. He wants to, that's what it's made for. It's not made to be kept in a storage. It's not made to be kept on the shelf or on the car lot. Houses that don't have people in them. Food sitting on the shelf. The jewelry, the whatever it is you want. It's for you. It's for you. And here's one of the things, these positive affirmations, I know them by heart. I got tons. But the truth is, if you don't know him and you don't know what his son did and what he did for us and how the message is delivered by the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit lives in us. It lives in us, and he travels to and fro. I heard something one time. It says, man, I would have given you the thing you asked for. You would have had it the next day. It's just that I got to battle through. The Holy Spirit and the angels have to battle through such turmoil and such hostility from this one here that doesn't want you to have it. And he has to battle through, and he says, not only did I bring what you wanted 2 weeks later or a month later or whatever it is, he said, I got to go back through there. But you know what? What the truth is that he makes it through every single time. Every single time. So in the meantime, get to know him. Get to know him. Get to know his son. Get to know the Holy Spirit that dwells in you. You see, when something tells you to get up and move, or don't go here, or it's time to go home, go home. There's always tomorrow. There'll be a tomorrow. And even if tomorrow is your last day, you don't know that's going to happen. So enjoy yourself, but enough is enough. Go home and get ready for tomorrow. Give him thanks and praise, and before you go to bed, now this is what I do. I have a towel that I leave in a little cubby hole by my bed, and I use that to kneel and pray, and I leave it there, and I get up every morning on my knees. There's a difference. I personally think that there's a difference between walking around and praying and driving and praying and thing, as opposed to kneeling and praying. That's a solitude. That's a dedicated moment. No TV on, No phone. You put the phone, if the phone rings, I'll get it in a little bit. I'm talking with our Father. It's time you spend some time. And here's the magic, here's the thing, is that when you're praying, the real conversation starts. When you give your thanks and your praise, and then you begin to ask and tell him what you want and talk. You talk with him. You talk with him. You don't, there's thanks and praise, and there's the way that you pray, and however you're going to pray, and however you're going to talk with him, and however you give your thanks and praise. And then there's a time where you have a conversation. Father, man, like this and that. And then you give silence. You be silent for a little bit, and he's going to talk back to you. He's going to tell you this, that, and that. Go see this person. Read this book. You see that thing I sent you the other day? Or that? Or don't worry. When you go out there, I'll send it to you. And now you trust. But before you trust, you have to learn to trust. You have to learn to trust that what he puts before you, that no, he has you. And what he puts before you is for you. Now you start your prayer off with Our Father, with the Our Father. I think it's Psalm 23. I'm not too sure, but I know it as the Our Father. I know the Our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. You talk to him. You talk to him. And once you do that, and you accept that Jesus died for our sins, that what he did for us, because the Father said, I'm not going to wipe out the world. I'm going to send you my Son to prove to you how much I love you, the life that I've given you. I gave it to you for a reason, and how powerful I am, that I'm going to raise him up. And the whole time, Jesus walked around and he healed the sick. He raised the dead. Even if you think that's make-believe, the fact is, the truth is the power of our mind, and how everything came about is somebody thought of it. They thought of it first, and it became a reality. So if you can think that a person can be raised from the dead, what's the difference? That's how powerful we are. It became reality. And just the power of a hug, just by you touching someone, you may see someone that just sitting there down and out, and you touch them on their shoulder, or you just spend some time with them and you say, man, everything is going to be okay. Some people never heard that in their life. And the fact that you told them that, the Father told you to tell him that. You say, I may not come right now, but I'll send. So you now are the messenger. And you have your own relationship with him. I'm not going to tell you the do's and don'ts, because I'm not going to tell you the do's and don'ts, but you develop your relationship with him, and you watch his work. You watch his work. And he'll let you know if you've gone too far, or he'll let you know. Look at that. That's a goldfish in a canal. That's cool. That's his work. I've never seen a goldfish here, and I live here 43 years. I've never seen a goldfish in the canal. You watch his work. He said he'd give you houses you didn't build, vineyards you didn't plant. He'll make you the head and not the tail, because nothing is impossible to you. Yeah. He loves us, man, and it's written. It's written. You know what? I learned once that when you write something down, you make a contract with the Lord. You make a contract with our Father, and he'll give it to you. Yes, you have to take the steps to get what you want, but he'll give it to you. Give it to you. But you have to know him first. saying it 10 times. I'm a this, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a that, I'm a that, I'm a that, I'm a that. And this and thing like that. It's written. It's for the heathens. He knows what you want. He knows your heart. And you're talking about the almighty intelligence. You can't, there's nobody here that can outfigure him out and outmaneuver. The only thing you can do is go and steal it, go and muscle it. And like I said before, and the truth is that it's temporary. I've seen it, I've experienced it. It's temporary. But the best part about it is when you trust and you allow, you let go of the wheel, you give thanks and praise, you enjoy your day, you look forward to getting stronger, smarter, faster, wiser by listening for him, learning, by learning what your teachers are telling you. They're the messengers. Studying his son, studying his word, getting to know him, getting to know all of his works. That's wiser. That's wiser. Anything else is an abomination. And now watch this now. Now, if you think that you can muscle it, or what I'm saying is thing, and there may be faults in what I'm saying or something, you know, all I'm bringing you, all I'm sharing with you is a blessing. I just want it to be blessed. And there may be some faults and thing. And I'm learning each and every day. I'm learning. But what I do know is that fire is hot. It's hot. The next time you're at a barbecue, or the next time you simply stand in your kitchen, turn on the stove, turn on the burner, and put your hand over there. You don't need to touch it. Just put your hand over there and see how long you can hold it there. You can do. That's hot. That's hot. So let's go back to when you say, Father, man, I want this thing, you know, I want this, Father, let me get this thing, you know, I really want this thing. And it doesn't come today. And it doesn't come tomorrow, and it doesn't come next week, and 2 weeks, and you start saying, man, Father, what's up, man? You know, like, yo, I didn't get this thing. And he say, you're not ready for it. You're not ready for it. But you'll get it. I'll give it to you. There's some things that you need to do. We need to talk. We need to talk. There's some things that you need to do, some adjustments that need to be made. But I'm going to give it to you. You're my son. I love you to death. And then some. There is no, well, that, or however that goes, I'm not too sure. But you have everlasting life. That's what Jesus died for. God so loved the world that he gave his only son, and he that believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. That's written. And if he doesn't give it to you, when you do see him, you say, Father, what happened? But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. So when you don't get this thing that you're asking for, he said, I'm going to give it to you, but there's some things that you need to do. There's some more things that you need to learn, and I'll give it to you, and you'll get it. And you get it, and you're happy and joy and things like that. Then there's some more things that you want, and you ask, and then there's growth to be done. But you see, when you go to that place of fire, and he said there's a lake of fire for those that are not listening, and those that think that they can muscle it, and those that are sinning for it. There's a place of fire. And even the devil himself is going there. So that means if the devil is going there, all right, let me, before I even get there, it's hot. So if a man ends up down there, and he goes down there, and he says, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Okay. I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I'm sorry. He said there will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. It's hot. I mean, fire, screaming, wailing and screaming. If you ever experience pain, you know what pain is. All you want is the pain to go away. But this is for eternal. This is for eternity. And you say, that's enough. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to get out. And he says, it's forever. The same way the same way you say, well, Father, I'm ready for the gift. I'm ready for the gift that you're going to give me. I'm ready for it. You say, you're not ready yet. And when you, and if a man goes down there and you say, all right, I'm ready to come out. You say, you're not ready yet. If he lets you out. And he says, it's going to be forever. I could end this conversation here, right here. I could end it here. It's real. It's real. You know, there's no timeouts in life. Even as you sleep, you're growing. Every decision that you make is important. You know how many calculations our brain is doing per second? If you go and walk somewhere right now and you don't calculate that step, what happens? You trip, you fall. You'll twist your ankle or something like that. Something. Every decision that we make is vital. It's vital. Every decision we make is vital. Every decision there, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go get up early. I'm going to stay up a little bit longer. I'm going to brush my teeth or not brushing my teeth. I'm going to, don't do my homework or do something. Whatever it is you do. Don't go to work on time. Come late, come early, leave early, steal this, do that. Every single decision we make is important. And as you're doing it, if you do it for growth, what's going to happen? You grow. You're growing stronger. You're growing wiser. And if you do everything for His glory and His light, what's going to happen? The blessings. The blessings. You know, all of this came to me. I've noticed what I'm telling you in the last 6 months or so. And I'm 43 years old. I'm going to be 44 in August. And I don't feel 44. I feel like a kid still. And that how you perceive life, how you if you feel you're old, you feel young. It's up to you. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. I learned all of this, like it all started to come together the last 6 months. And my mother and my father, we went to Catholic school. We were raised in religion. We were raised in prayer. But like I said before, I thought God worked randomly. But and the reality is He's been working all the time. He's just waiting. He's just waiting to shower you. He's just waiting for you to shower you with all the gifts that He has, everything that we've created, everything that we as men have created, that He's given us the power to create. All the phones, the iPhones, the motorcycles, the cars and things. And I mentioned the things that I love. It's all that you love. All of that is for us. But we have to know Him first. We have to give Him thanks and praise. And for sure, you don't try and muscle it and steal it and things like that. You wait for Him, and it's the best, man. It's the best. It comes. Like I'm telling you now, I've seen it. It comes like in all the different, in a direction you didn't even see it coming. And today or tomorrow or yesterday, and you thought it comes. And it's the best feeling. There's no other feeling greater than God's blessing. There's no other feeling greater. Get to know Him. And how you can get to know Him, how I would suggest, is that anything that you're dealing with, anything that a question that you have, something that you're dealing with, find out, go and here's the power, here's the wonderful thing that we have in our time now, is that we can go and touch Google. We can go and pick up our phone and push Google, and you type in, what does Jesus say about what I'm thinking about, or the dilemma or the problem or the situation or whatever it is that you're dealing with, the question that you have. What does the Bible say about that? And it's the New Testament. The Old Testament, I'm not too sure. I have to talk to the pastor, a pastor, and find out, are we still to live? But the New Testament is after Jesus has come, and we're to live that way. So you find out, so you go and find out what it is that Jesus says about what you are to do in this situation. And you do it. You do it. And you see in the prayer, lead us not into temptation. He's going to put all before you that you need. And you're to trust. You're to trust. And if it's time for him to bring you home, you can't stop it. So you trust. And you learn to live your life in trust. And that's the best feeling. But you have to know him first. You have to get to know him first. And you're going to see, he's going to show you all kinds of ways. He's going to show you all your blessings. He's going to show you all that you asked for. And you start to see, you'll see that that's him. It doesn't come without him. It doesn't come without him. So once you get there to that point that all that you're asking for, it just keeps unfolding and it keeps unfolding. It comes. I mean, it's the best. It's the best feeling. That's when you know you're on the right path. You're on the right path where all of a sudden these things just start coming. You go out there and your day is wonderful. You get up in the morning, you say, thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you for the rest, for a restful night's sleep. Thank you for my hands, for the bed, my home, where I'm sleeping. The fact that you woke up. You may not have a home. You may not have food. You may not have eaten last night, but you be thankful that you arose or arise today, because it's coming. It's coming. You know, I saw pictures of a Holocaust one time, and that was when it was hunger, not like, oh, I'm so hungry and boy, you know, I can go and get, you know, I just want to go to Polo or go and get something. I'm so hungry, man. We talking like skin and bones. This man was laying on the street and people walking by him. This is during the Great Depression or some depression time or Holocaust, where it was every man for himself. Like people were knocking over old ladies for a bag of rice or like a little piece of plate, a little piece of something. Knocking over old lady, that's hunger. They say the power of water. There's nothing more powerful than the power of water, than the force of water. Water will make its way through anything eventually. And then hunger, desire, want. This man was laying on the ground, done. And people walking past him because they can't help him. They don't have nothing themselves for him to eat. This man is, skin and bones. Skin and bones. But yet, guess what? He's still breathing. He's still alive. So that's how far we can go. And God says, I know how strongly I built you. I tell this story often, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when Moses was leading them through the desert, I saw it once, and but I've read it and I think it goes a little bit differently. But long story short, his followers, the people were so worn out. They say, man, Moses, man, we've been following you for 40 years, man. Excuse me, man. They say, man, where is this place? For real. For real, where is this place, man? Yo, enough. Yo, we want water, we hungry, man. We want food. You know, there ain't no McDonald's and all that stuff back then. They say, yo, enough, man, 40 years. You know, not the 39th year, not the second and third, but the 40th. That's fate. That's fate. And a lot of times they lost their faith. A lot of them lost their faith. And they were dealt with, you know, famine and sickness and thing like that, or sickness and thing. But even Moses folded, and he turned to God and he said, man, God, enough. He too said, man, where is this place? Like, my people need water. They need food, and enough, man. And he got so mad and he lost it. And he took his staff and he hit the mountain. He hit the rock. He said, we need water now, like I command you to bring water, to send water. Then he hit the rock and outpoured the water. And everybody once again believed Moses again. They didn't trust him many times, and he had to prove himself and thing that prove. And God showed him signs, and he answered what they needed and thing. But this time he got fed up, and he said, "I command you or demand you to deliver water." And he hit the rock, and the rock opened up. The piece of the mountain opened up, and water flowed out. And people once again had faith in that, and they believed in Moses. But then when Moses went up to the mountain to go and pray again, or go and talk with God again, he said, "You don't command me when. You don't tell me when. I know how far you need to go. I know how far along you can go. I built you, and you can go 5 more days without water. You can go 3 more days. You can go X amount without food. I know how long you can go." So you trust him, and you don't command him. You just enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Give hugs. Give thanks. Give love. Share. Share. If you got $5, your friends say, "Man, I need," man, thing like that. "I got $5, man. Take this. Take this." God gave it to you, and he'll give you more. We're his messengers. We're his deliverers. We're his vessel. And we're shining his light and his glory. And he'll put more $5 in your pocket. More than you can even ask for. More than your pocket can hold. I can go on and on. I can go on and on. I had money to the point where I almost bought a TV back in the day. It was $2,900. Right now, this same TV is going for like $300 and $400 for it, but that was when flat screen first came out. And I almost spent $29. I had $100 and some thousand in the bank. And if you go to the ATM, you can pull out 400, maybe 500 max, and you put that in your wallet. And you could park a car on top of that wallet. You can close that wallet and park a car on top of it. You move that car in a little bit, that wallet's gonna go like this. You give you all of that. All of that. And just if you want to know how that $134,000 I had in my bank account. And in actuality, the beginning was $250,000. And before that $250,000 came, this number $250,000 kept popping in my head all the time. All the time. And I'm like, where is this number coming from? $250,000. Why does this number keep popping up in my head all the time? So I had it in. You see this right here? If I close my eyes, like if I close this one eye and I look, I can't even see my face on this screen anymore. All I see is an image. I had to lose my sight in order to see life differently. It's because I had gotten off the chain. I thought I was I thought I ran it. The alcohol. That was back in the day. That's a whole nother story. If you want to hear that story, let me know. But I had to lose my sight. And what this was, just in short, is I didn't get disrespectful with my mother, but I didn't honor my mother. My mother's a hard-working woman. She's a hard-working lady. My mother's a hard-working person, man, and she loves us to death, and she just wants the best for us, and she would do whatever. She would even cut the yard for us if she could. I love cutting the yard. And every time I go out there to cut the yard, she say, "I don't want you working so hard." I said, "Mom, I love to cut the yard. I love to see it when it's done." But she don't like me working so hard, but she'd always come out and work with me. Anybody knows my mother. Trixie Cummings. Yeah, everybody knows. They say that's a hard-working woman, and that woman can walk. My mother's strong, and my mother's, I ain't gonna give you her age, but she'll still climb a tree. She'll go and sit up in the tree and go and read a book. Get a mango and go up there and read a book. My father's a man of reading. He's a tennis player. He taught me tennis, and he loves to read. He's a quiet man. He reads a lot, and reading is knowledge. So she had asked me to do some work, and I was in such a hurry to go to this place, to go to Carnival, go and party, and she asked me to cut this branch, and I said, "Man, Mom, you know I'm going somewhere. Then you always come when I'm trying to go somewhere." I'm not even gonna finish that story, but I'll finish it another time if y'all want to hear it. So just know that to the leaders in the world, and all of us here, all of us, know him, and trust in him, love him, Love him. And let's build it. Let's have this thing of peace, joy, and happiness now. Don't wait till the Lord comes and wipe away. If that person is you, you're gonna go. Let's love not let's love one another. Love one another, man. You see that? Look, oh, watch this. You see the holy wedding? No, not the holy wedding, the royal wedding. That's his work. You know, the world was watching that thing. The world was watching that. And the one pastor that goes up there, the one pastor, all he talks about is love. If that's not the Lord's work, if that's not the Father's work, I don't know what else to tell you. Love. He could have gone up there and said anything. He could have gone up there and said, you know, jumping for joy and thing. He said love, and he said it over and over and over again. Love one another. Trust in one another. Not even trust in one another. Love one another. Trust in one another. Care for one another. Build each other. Pull up and push. Care for one another. Embrace each other. We're brothers and sisters in this planet. And if there is a disagreement, talk about it. Talk about it. No more of this. Jesus didn't even do this. And they kicked, punched, spit. Imagine these things going into your skin and ripping out chunks. He didn't punch. He didn't kick back. Even when his disciple got up and chopped the soldier's ear off to protect his Lord, to protect Jesus himself, Jesus said, no, man, don't do that. And went up and healed the man's ear right there. Oh, that's what we have. That's what we're experiencing. That's what we're experiencing. So let's all do that. Let's all embrace that. No more fighting. No more fighting. And here's the play. You see all this fighting and stuff going on and disliking skin color and all that stuff. What you are saying is that you're saying that God made a mistake. It's hot. It's hot. Fire is fire. Hot is hot. And if you feel God made a mistake, that's the end of the story. Love one another. Yo, what comes out of that? Nothing but pure blessings. We wouldn't even need money. Man, I got, oh, I'm hungry. Or, yo, you got to come over, man. I got 10 steaks. I'm hungry, man. Bring the family over. We got steaks. Hey, man, I'm looking for fish. Man, such and such cooking fish over there. Man, we going. You know, I went to Georgia not too long. I went to go visit my sister in Georgia. And we were blessed. We didn't even know. Man, I'm telling you, the blessings come from all over. You don't even know. We went to Georgia. I didn't know that this was coming. Somebody there says, you know, Martin Luther King street is over there where he was born. I said, for real? We were climbing Stone Mountain. I got video of it if you want to see. I had my son. I had my son. I had my two boys. And I had my niece, and who else was with us? And a friend. And we went climbing Stone Mountain towards the evening of the day, and ended up there in the night. And we sat up top of the Stone Mountain. We just overlooking the city. It's in the nighttime. It's just peaceful and quiet up there. That's another thing, just peaceful and quiet. And you get a chance. I taught them. I said, man, while you're up here, y'all don't talk. Just listen. Just look and listen. Spend some time, just listen. And then after that, my friend said, you know, Martin Luther King's place is here. And I said, what do you mean place? You know, we all did book reports on Martin Luther King. And he said, his house is here. It's there. You want to go and see it tomorrow? And I said, yeah. And we were supposed to leave tomorrow. And I ended up staying an extra day just to go there. And when we went, and you see his house, and you see the street, they preserved the street exactly how they left it. how he left it. They preserved all the homes, and you're there, and you could feel the energy. You could feel as if people are gonna come out, and really the homes that are there, you can still walk in them and go in. Like they left them for people to walk in and go and experience it. Some people live in some of the homes, and some people don't. But his home is there and it's preserved, and you're looking at it, and it's as if he's gonna come out and talk. And then they have information. They have these podiums on every other house and thing like that. And one of the things it says that it was nothing for you to eat at somebody's house way down the street. If you were there playing, if the kids were there playing, they would have dinner there and then they would go home. And then families, just the doors are open. Everybody's out front sharing and caring, because how could we get here without taking care of each other? If it was every man for himself, you'd be done. So like I'm saying, I don't think we wouldn't even need money if we live in love and caring and sharing. We wouldn't even need money. Man, I got this. Man, I need a roof. I need my roof done. Man, I'll knock that thing out for you. Yo, but I need somebody to cut my yard though. Man, while you doing my roof, I'll cut the yard. Or while you doing my roof, man, I need an addition. While you doing my roof, I'll do the addition. And where you gonna get this stuff from? The contractor, where you gonna get the materials from? Man, my friend down the street, he's got that. He's got all the cement, the building materials. I'm gonna go and get it. Because his friend and my friend over there, he's got the I don't know, the TV that he needs or whatever it is, and everybody's just sharing. And the people who build it, they're sharing with the bigger builders, with the bigger providers, and everybody's sharing. You wouldn't even need money. Imagine that. Imagine that. So if it's something that you want, talk with the person. Do business with them. Right now, if it's money, you do business with them. And if you can't come to agreement, you don't muscle it. You don't steal it. You don't take it, because it's temporary. It will be taken from you, and he'll forget. And I didn't tell you this. He'll forgive you 1,000,000 times over. He's a forgiving God. He'll forgive you 1,000,000 times over. However, you got to pay the price. You got to get the licks. You got to get the licks. You got to get the licks. When this happened to me, I knew exactly why it happened. I didn't even complain. I knew exactly why it happened. I didn't even call my parents and tell them, because I knew exactly why it happened. But you're gonna get the licks. And even in the Bible it says, if you spare the rod, you spare the rod of discipline. In the heart of a child, the demon will grow. And we're all children of God, and we're all children. We're all his children. And that demon will grow, and he'll start talking to you and telling you, man, all you gotta do is just go and get, pull the guns out. Start bombing. Man, go and take that thing. You'll get it. You may go and get it. You'll get it. But then there's a price to pay. And in the Bible, remember I'm telling you, in the Bible it says it befalls on the kids. You know, one of the things that made me question God, and I'm going to wrap this up. One of the things that made me question God is I had a friend that was in the service. And they said that they were riding by in the Humvees. And this girl, she lost it. She lost it because what she saw, and if anybody were to see this, but she saw a dog eating a baby. Now you say, what God would allow that to happen? But, I asked a friend too. I said, man, I questioned because my friend knows the Bible. And I said, man, how could God, this is before I learned all this. Was last year. This is before I learned all this. I said, man, but, he's saying trust God. I said, but man, I trust him too. I trust him nowhere near as much as I trust him now. I trust him now. But before I was like, yeah, I trust him, yeah, but I said, man, how God could allow a baby, a dog to eat a baby or anything to happen to kids, how things happen to kids. And he says, You are to be still and know that I am God. He has the plan. And you're not going to beat it. He has the plan. The only way you can beat the plan is by dealing with him. And he said the plan on that is a lake of fire. So it's up to you. You got his way, we have his way, we have our way, and we got that way. This is where this is okay. But start leaning back this way. Start going this way. And the first thing you do is anything that you're dealing with, type in, what does God say about divorce? That was me. What does God say about divorce? What does God say about sex before marriage? That was my thing. That was my thing. Yeah. So I'm going to wrap up this thing here. And I'm thankful to be able to share this message. I asked him to use me as his vessel. And I'm sharing it to you with all love. And there may be things that I said that were wrong. And please, share with me, tell me so I don't go and repeat something that's wrong. And we're all in it together, man. We're all in it together. I want to see us all, I like speed. I want to see us all. I want to see my kids, whatever my kids want to do, whatever. I tell my son all the time. I tell my boys, my nieces, my nephew. I want to see y'all do whatever you want. I want to see y'all fly by and happy and say, thanks, Uncle Cease. Thanks, Dad. And I coach on the park and I tell you want me to tell you a story? Let me wrap this one up with this story. Now, let me tell you this when if what I've told you is not, you don't think it's real, it's all make-believe or whatever it is, or yeah, man. But so one day, my thing is I coach the baseball team over here in the park in Richmond Heights. I live in Miami, Florida, Richmond Heights. And y'all gotta come and see Richmond Heights. We love it, man. We chill out over here. The 10 and under baseball, 12 and under, and thing like that. The first thing I tell them is get rid of, don't drink soda. Now, I'm not saying anything to the soda makers and thing like that, but the truth is that when you try to perform at a high level, the gas bubbles and stuff like that, and the sugars, it's just not good for us as far as performance, as far as high performance, like running to you, like putting your body to the max. You can put your body to the max more with natural juices. That's another thing. Get a juicer and juice your apples, juice carrots, juice all your fruits. You just can't juice mango and banana because it's too soft. You just eat it. But that's what the Lord intended for us to run on. That's what our Father designed our bodies to run on. You see, like right now, most of us are running on regular gas. The car will run, the engine will run. But if you want to see how well the car performs, put super unleaded in there. And you want to see how well the car performs, put a booster in there. A booster and some gas booster in there. But you want to see how wicked the car runs. When I say wicked, I'm talking about like how nice ain't even the word. How nasty the car run. How tough that engine will perform. How much speed that engine will perform. Put nitro in there. Put nitro in there. You better know when to do it. You'll blow the engine. You'll blow the engine. Don't do it at the beginning. That thing will pop up in the air like that. Do it at that mid-range and that thing will, but you can't put too much because you will bust that engine wide open. The apples, the juices, the celery, the orange, the fruits, all the fruits and thing. And yes, we need a little bit of sugar. Our body needs sugar. Our body needs salt. But you put that juice in there and you'll see how well that engine performs on every level. Heart, mind, soul, physical body. How well that thing, you can run like a horse. You can perform like a horse. You perform just eights. Eights. And eights means infinite. So back to the story, I was telling the kids, I said, man, the first thing I always tell them is, don't drink no soda. I said, you want to be a professional ball player? If this is what you want to do, you got to perform at the highest level. You gotta, if your coach has got to be able to run you like a horse, push you like a horse. And when he does, if you get rid of the soda and you drink your natural juices, you drink your juice, or at least you get rid of the soda, when he does send you on those laps and he does push you, you're gonna be the one standing. And when he sees you standing, he looks over to the left or to the right, and he sees everybody else folded over, like he's gonna tell you, you stand over there. Let me see if I can find another one like you in this group. You go over there and sign that contract. So I was telling them that. And I said, y'all get rid of the soda. I said, what's your favorite car? They all said Maybach, Lamborghini, Ferrari, this, Bugatti, this and that. I said, when's the last time you saw your favorite car? I said, did you see it last week? He said, no. I said, did you see it the week before? They said, no. I said, you want to know why? They said, why? I said, because nobody around you is working that hard. They're not working that hard. And as soon, now we're in Richmond Heights now. This is a middle class neighborhood. It's not no high thing. You go over Miami Beach, you can see it all day. But as soon as I finished saying that, a white Lamborghini came rolling through right by us. We all looked at it. I said, man, and we're all in awe, and it's going around the thing like that. And I said, when is the last time you saw a white Lamborghini or a Lamborghini period come through Richmond Heights? They said never. I said, if that's not the Lord, our Father talking to you, I don't know what else to tell you. He's real. He's real. And all I'm telling you, all I'm sharing with you, all I'm sharing is that he's real and he loves us. He loves us. You know what love is? Love will give you everything you have. Love will give you your lung. Love will give you your heart. Love. Watch that movie with Will Smith when he does what he does. There's a movie where he puts himself, he loses his wife. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you the rest. That's love. That's love. And he loves us that much. He loves us so much, unbelievably loves us so much. And you can't go wrong with love. But love must give love back. And when you do that, you have magic. You have the ether. You have the bliss. You have everything you need. There's nothing sweeter. There's nothing sweeter. The gift of giving a smile, the gift of giving. My brother says it all the time, older brother Roger, he says it all the time. He said it's better to give than to receive. He says it all the time. All the time. That's all. It's better to give than receive. And he does, and the second thing, and he and I have had some battles and thing. He and I had some battles, and I hit him quite a few times out of frustration, out of anger, out of some things, and he's never struck back. He said, I'm worse than Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King put together. I will not deal in violence. Rastafari. That's God. That's love. Jah. God. However you put it. However you put it. However your religion sees God. Amen. Honor him. But do not kill. Do not hurt. Our job, God's only, any God that says to destroy, the God that says love, lift, peace. Look at my face. You'll notice every time you speak these words, the happiness comes across your face. What's better? What's better? No evil has ever triumphed. Ask Hitler, ask Gaddafi, all them people. There was a leader that in order to get his troops across, he would have his men, to get the horse carriages across, he'd have his men lay down in the ditch so the carriages can go over them. No evil has ever triumphed. It never will. Not even the devil himself. He's going in the lake of fire, his own lake. Because he thought he was smarter than God. He thought he was better than God. He's told that he tried to get angels and to follow him. And he's still working. So when they come up on you and they tell you such and such and this and that, devil, not here. Not here. It's hot down there, boy. Or wherever hell is. It's hot. There's nothing pleasant about it. Over here, it's so much nicer. And I've been saying it for the longest. I've been saying it for these last 6 months. It's so much better over here. It's so much better on this side. I'm telling you, it's so much better. It's so much better. So I leave you, brothers and sisters, with love, peace, happiness, joy on this beautiful day, this beautiful Sunday. And when it rains, it's for a reason. When it snows, it's for a reason. When it's hot, it's for a reason. Just the other day, the grass was brown. Now it's so green. It's growing so fast, the lawnman can't even keep up with it. There's a season for everything. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place for everything. Don't muscle it. Don't snatch it. Don't grab it. You just embrace love. Embrace him in love. Embrace each other. Love each other, man. Share it. Everything you got. Everything, man. Because it... Oh, another thing. The law is if you keep taking... In order for you to take, somebody has to give it to you. But if you keep taking and you don't share it, you stop the circle. The circle stops with you, and eventually the person stops giving. Keep the circle going. That's infinite. If I had my other hands, put them together, and I make the triangle. Make the triangle. Let me see if I can do it real quick. There. And this is not no devil worshiping and thing. This is not no... This is only good. What I'm representing to you is the circle of life. So I can do this if you want to. The circle. You keep the circle going. You keep the circle going. Stay here. Stay here. Don't do this. And definitely, here's another thing. Don't do this. Don't do this. Because look, see these three here? They're pointing right back at you. I learned that my brother's girlfriend taught, that was the first time I ever heard it. She said, man, while you pointing like that, just know that these other three are pointing right back at yourself. Yeah. I love this journey, man. I wouldn't trade my shoes for anybody in the world. I don't care for the richest and the thing. I wouldn't care because the truth is that he said you can have it all and I'll give it all to you. The journey is the best part. Watching the works unfold and watching him unfold and do his work. That's the best part. That's the best part. And everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's gonna have a story to tell. And we sit down the fire, man. We drink. Don't drink too much. There's nothing wrong with drinking. And you're not to point the finger and say you shouldn't be drinking, and the person say, well, you should be, or you should. And remember this. Mind your own in that sense. Everybody's journey is different. Nobody's is the same. Respect each other, love each other, respect each other, but respect each other and help each other to grow. Look out for one another. Hey, brother, you all right? Neighbor, you okay? Everything is good? Yeah, man. Coolin', boy. Going out here and going thing. All right? So, I bless you, man. I give you all my blessings, man. I pray for you. I pray for our world. Part of my prayer goes, Father, I magnify you. I lift you up with all my heart, with all my mind and my soul, my very being, with all that you've given me, all that you've done for me, Father. I lift it and I send it back to you to magnify your glory, to magnify your works, so you can continue to do your work and share and continue to do your magnificence in this world. And Father, magnify it and just raise this place up as you wish, as you want it to, as you see it. I send all my energy back to you so you can do your work. And most importantly, Father, I'm sending back the excitement and the joy and the happiness. And I hope you feel it, because there's no greater feeling. There's no greater feeling. What you've blessed, your blessings is better than anything and anything. That's the reality. That's the truth. And you see this message, man. This day, I've been thinking about it. And you want to hear it? This is the one that really got me. This is the one that really got me. You know, my father, my mother, before this happened, but I didn't start drinking till I was 26. I didn't start drinking until I was 26 because I seen drugs and all I cared about was playing ball, and alcohol and stuff like that was just not in my interest. It's just, you know, all I cared about was playing ball. I saw drunkenness and all that stuff, and I wasn't interested in it. It was only till I stopped playing ball that I started drinking at 26. And after a while, you know how it is when you first get that first drink and thing like that, and the buzz and the thing, and you have the time of your life, and you're forever chasing that horse. And to the point you chase it too far, and then there's a wall. And the thing, how Father works is he does it little bits at a time. He gets your attention. He gets our attention a little bit at, hey, look, slow down a little bit, man. You're going too far. And your mother say, Mom, Jesse, why y'all just don't cool out? Chill up, man. And Mom, man, we going out, boy. You know we're going tonight, boy. We're going to thing. And one day in the midst of all, it's not from here, but it was like in the middle. This was up here. It was somewhere around here after the drinking and stuff like that. And we partying, boy, and with my thing was sex and thing like that. And Mom said, man, why you don't become a preacher or a priest? Why you don't become a priest? And I said, I laughed respectively to my mother, and I said, Mom, man, in my mind I'm saying, man, Mom, if you only know where I'm going tonight. And what I ain't thinking about, I'm not thinking about, the Lord definitely don't do, I'm pretty sure, he ain't saying for you to go out there. I'm not going out there. I don't know what that was. But it definitely wasn't what preacher was doing, what a priest was doing. And then, at that time, I think now priests can get married. I was raised in the Catholic Church, and priests can get married now. I think they even have female priests now. But I was like, man, Mom, I'm talking, priests don't even have sex, man. And but I didn't say all of that. I said, Mom, man, yeah, And now look at me now, talking, sharing with you. And when I realized that, months ago, I was like, man, I gotta share what I know, what I've been learning, because my greatest thing, the thing in my heart is, like I said, I want to see clean water. That's my goal. Clean water, drinking water. People are drinking this. This is actually cleaner than what they're drinking. They're washing their clothes in it. The animals are downing in it and stuff like that, and drinking water. But another thing is, I want to see us all as in our human experience, everybody achieve what they want to achieve. I want to see that. I like to see growth. And she said to be a priest, and I wanted to share this message, months ago, but getting in front of a screen and camera and all that stuff, and then sometimes I felt like I didn't know enough, but what I did realize is that I was gonna do it. And even today, I pressed the button 2-3 times and thing like that, but it's just flowing. And I prayed about this. I said, Father, use me as your vessel to shine your light, to shine your glory. So I hope that this is glory, and I hope that that this shine, that this change, that this is beneficial. Help, all I'm bringing is a blessing. I hope it's beneficial. I hope it's all in all to you. And I don't know of a better way, of a better plan. Trust in Him, know Him, love Him, and just do it. As a matter of fact, look, I got this wristband a while ago, and I just think to just do it. And I gave it to my son. I gave it to my 2 boys. And I have to get for my oldest son, and I have a daughter now, is a year, and that's another thing. I've always wanted a little girl. I'm 43 years old. I always wanted a little girl, and all of a sudden she came in a way I didn't even see it coming. And just last night we singing, and she's like this, and I'm singing to her, and I said, I love you, you love me. That's my daddy singing to me. And her little head, she's just bopping away. She said, but man, and I saw my youngest son, the two of them for the first time, playing with each other. Those are the greatest gifts, man. And fathers out there, go and get your son. Go and get your son. He needs you. The mother is the first line of defense and the last line of defense. She doesn't get a break. When my second son came, Joshua, I've never seen a person so tired in my life. His mother was exhausted the first 2 weeks after the pregnancy. After the deliverance. You know, the feeding every 2 hours and everything like that, and they need help. I came in the room to come and tell her on the second week, during the night, baby, you gotta get up and feed him. It's time, like it's 2 hours. Every 2 hours or so they gotta eat. They gotta drink or something. I think it was the first week or so, second week. And I wasn't there with my firstborn, with his mother. And I went to go and wake, my son Joshua's mother up and let her know, look, baby, you gotta feed him, it's time. And she fell asleep with him in her arms like that. She's sitting up. And when she woke up, when she was like this, she woke up. I've never seen a person so tired in my life. She was like this. Huh? And I said, babe, you gotta feed him. And she said, okay. All right, I'll feed him. I wasn't even standing in front of her. I was standing over here on the side. I was over here saying, baby, you gotta feed him like this. She was answering me looking that way. That's exhaustion. Exhaustion. And they can't take a day off. They can't not answer the phone. They can't not pick them up from school. They can't not feed them. They can't go and take a nap when they feel like it. They need us. They need their father. They need us. They need the help to raise them, to keep them out of that jail. This country builds jails faster than... I heard it once. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but you just take it for what it is. But they say this country builds jails faster than they build schools. And what does that tell you? They're not building them to have them empty. Go and get your son. I'm telling you, it's the greatest one. It's the second greatest gift in life. After the father's blessing is to watch your kids grow. You're looking at a little you. A little you. And when you teach them, whatever you teach them, they're going to go out, they're going to go out there and do it. And they're going to turn back and say, Dad, did you see? It worked. I'll leave you at that. And it happens over and over and over again. When my son was an infant in the car seat, I could look back in that back seat at any moment of the day. You call the time, 3:23, 6:18, 4:27, 9:30 at night. I look back there, he's doing this. Looking right at me. Looking right at me. I said, this time I'm going to surprise him. 6:16. I look back there real quick. They're watching your every move, and you're responsible for them. We're responsible for them until they're 18. Go and get your son. And mothers, if you're out there and you're not in your child's life, go and get your child. Get them. Get them. So I love you. I love you, man. Look forward to seeing you and thing. I'm here in Richmond Heights. I'll be on the park. No, we'll be on Prime Park. We practice with baseball Tuesdays and Fridays. Another thing, we're going to take the boys. I had a dream 4 or 5 years ago, when my son got into baseball, that we were going to go to the Little League World Series. So ever since then, the pieces have been falling together. Father's put the plan together, put the pieces together, and they're falling together. We got a nice team is come together. My son was invited to a couple of teams, but I just felt that we can do our own. I'm following the dream, and it's coming together. So, and here in Richmond Heights, Florida, Prime, we got a 13U baseball team, and we're going to the Little League World Series, and you best believe we're going there for victory. So come and check us out, man. I love you all in all. On behalf of my family, the Cummings, here on 107, 142, we love you, man, and we're here. Keep the spirit, love one another, joy, peace, happiness, growth, development, caring, loving, sharing, all in all. Heights, Irie, keep everything blessed, everything blessed. Anything else, y'all hit the road, Jack. I love you, man. Peace, love.